Hey everybody, welcome to Living the Creative Act, where we read The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. And then I share a few thoughts on the package and we check in with see what chat thinks. I do this every day at 2 p.m. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. New York City time. And this is a retry since we did have some audio issues earlier. My name is FullQ Developer and I'm so glad that you're here. Let's hop straight into it. I've got the text on the screen today, trying something new. He writes, communication moves in two directions. Even when one person speaks and another listens silently. When the listener is totally present, the speaker often communicates differently. Most people aren't used to being fully heard, and it can be jarring for them. Sometimes we block the flow of information being offered and compromise true listening. Our critical minds may kick in, taking note of what we agree with and what we don't, or what we like and dislike. We may look for reasons to distrust the speaker or make them wrong. Formulating an opinion is not listening. Neither is preparing a response, or defending our position, or attacking another's. To listen impatiently is to hear nothing at all. Listening is suspending disbelief. We are openly receiving, paying attention with no preconceived ideas. The only goal is to fully and clearly understand what is being transmitted, remaining totally present with what's being expressed and allowing it to be what it is. Anything less is not only a disservice to the speaker, but also yourself. While creating and defending a story in your own head, you miss information that might alter or evolve your current thoughts. If we can go beyond our reflexive response, we may find that there is something more beneath that resonates with us or helps our understanding. The new information might reinforce an idea, slightly alter it, or completely reverse it. Listening without prejudice is how we grow and learn as people. More often than not, there are no right or wrong answers, just different perspectives. The more perspectives we can learn to see, the greater our understanding becomes. Our filter can begin to more accurately approach what truly is, rather than a narrow sliver interpreted through our bias. Regardless of the type of art you're making, listening opens possibilities. It allows you to see a bigger world. Many of our beliefs were learned before we had a choice in what we were taught. Some of them might go back generations and may no longer apply. Some may have never applied. Listening, then, is not just awareness, it's freedom from accepted limitations. Okay, I really love this passage on listening. It's akin to a lot of work that perhaps if you've done meditation, you're familiar with this, or if you've done therapy, maybe you're familiar with this, there's probably other areas where it's relevant too. But I love how he takes listening and applies it to art as a way to increase the material that you have to work with. And I have 3 points to share on this. For me, the biggest blocker for active listening, like he's describing, is believing that I had to do something with the information that I was listening to. And I've learned that, in fact, just the awareness, just the acknowledgement is all that's required, so to speak. I don't have to believe what I'm listening. I don't have to incorporate what I'm hearing into what I do in my very next moment, I can separate those two. I can separate my impulse from the act of listening and acknowledging and helping someone else feel heard. And I've taken that a step further, and perhaps those of you in therapy or in meditation are already aware of this, but I guess listening to yourself too. I think the stereotype is men don't listen, and I think we as men are learning to listen to our partners without prejudice, like he's describing in this section. And I guess I'm learning to apply that listening to myself. If it's a gift to listen to someone, then giving that gift to myself and hearing what I have to say without prejudice is also really interesting. And I guess you could say that's what this project is I think it's going to be interesting to read this book and talk about it. I think it's going to be interesting to take a video of different landscapes around the city and put them on screen and talk over it. And this is what I'm trying out. This is me listening to my own ideas and choosing to act on them. I've had other ideas too I haven't acted on. And the last thing about listening that I've been thinking about is, well, what's top priority? If I'm listening to one song and another song is coming on the radio somewhere else, like, should I stop this and listen to that? If I'm watching one stream, should I listen to another stream at the same time? Should I switch to TikTok? I think there's so many things to listen to in this information age that sifting out, you have to say no to something. There's so much going on. It definitely turns to noise. So what is top priority? And I think this goes back to listening to yourself too, is I can choose what I want to listen to. As long as I'm doing no harm, I don't think there's a moral obligation to listen or not listen to something or someone. I think we're allowed to choose. And that's my thoughts on listening part 2. Let's see, is there anything in chat? Looks like chat is a little quiet right now. That's all good too. Maybe next time. So I guess that's going to be it today. We read Listening Part 2, pages 110 and 111 from The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Talked about how acting on what you hear isn't required. Talked about listening to yourself too, as a gift to yourself, not just as an act of service to others. And you get to choose your own top priorities. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hit that follow or subscribe button, depending on whatever platform you're watching this on. And I'll see you next time at 2 p.m. NYC time.